All right, and we are live. What is going on? What's happening? Just a little fun live stream, you guys. Breaking up the monotony. About to finish up lifting these weights, and then I take a shower, and then we'll be doing our normal live stream thing. But just bring y'all into my world, what I'm doing. And I just seen this video, and I wanted to go ahead and present this video to you people. Listen, this is a great example of don't some people don't judge a book by its cover. Just because you can talk fast don't mean that you're really saying anything. You got to remember that. I'm an Army guy, but I'm from South and North Carolina, about as country as it gets. And I've been stationed all over the world. I've worked for the White House. I have been in New York, stationed like Jersey, DC, Maryland. There is not a person alive thinks faster than me, speaks faster than me if I want to, or more witty than I am. What a Southern people will do is allow you to think that you're saying something, right? That's what we'll do. So don't get caught up in all this. You think Southern people are slow or whatever the case may be. You tell yourself to make yourselves feel better. When you come down here from those bigger cities and you're moving real fast and you're talking, we're going to let you think that you're running stuff. We're going to get a feel for the kind of person you are and the energy you bring in. Don't let these Southern people fool you. It might make up North people feel better to make fun of Southern people. You haven't really proved anything about being better at all, because in every type of competitive nature of competing, Southern people come, just as equipped as up North people, whether it be in music, rap, whatever the case may be. We are not behind. We are not slow. And again, that's a coping mechanism for you Northerners to feel better. Maybe it makes you feel better because you don't know how to really slow down for the most part, enjoy life. Not all of you, but a lot. Maybe because you guys think you're more important than what you are, and you're ripping and running, and you don't really know how to, take it easy and get things done at a normal pace. You know what I mean? Who knows? But I'm going to let this man cook for a second. You guys smash that like button. Something a little bit different.
See this shit, you'll think something wrong with niggas. And I can see where a lot of Northern people, they come down South and they say Southern people are slow. It's not the fact that we're slow down here. It's just the fact that we lived in totally two different environments. Up North is always quick, fast paced. So you got to be on your P's and Q's. You got to think quick. You got to be witty with this shit. You come down South, it's a more slower paced environment. So the need for quick critical thinking doesn't come as fast to somebody that it would up North. And I can see where if you from up North, if that's all you've experienced your whole life, quick, witty, critical.
That's not true. I'm one of the most witty people on the internet. I'm serious. Everybody come over here to see what I'm going to say. And I'm from South and North Carolina, nigga. I was in the Army and I went up north and I was cooking people everywhere I go. Everywhere, talking the same way I do now against anybody from any state. That's not true, bro. That's not true. There might be some Southern people that are slow, but there's some really quick Southern people. We just got a swag about us. It's not a quick-minded, you niggas think that and you want it to be that. No, we got like just a chill, laid back, swag about us. That's all that it is. We're just as alert as anyone. I've been in Iraq twice. What are you talking about? I'm always observing my surroundings. Oh, we was in the military. Well, I had to get through basic training, boy. I had to use what I was taught as a child to get through all that stuff from my pops and everything. So you can't talk that way. Okay. Y'all just making stuff up. And this is Zenio stuff, just saying stuff to hit the algorithm. But, I'm just trying to give you guys something different. And I don't want y'all underestimating people. It's just a good, valuable lesson in underestimating people. Judging a book by its cover. You know what I mean? The up north people, versus Southern people, that's a great representation of people that just assume that because others aren't moving like you and what you think shaking like you, they don't know what's going on around them. Sometimes you got to play a fool to play a fool. You got to remember that kind of stuff. And that's how we do in the South. All that stuff y'all do, that fast talking. Hey, listen, a used car salesman will talk real fast too. You ever been to like a Mercedes Benz or like a BMW dealership, especially Mercedes Benz? They ain't got to sell you nothing. Most of the time, they waiting on you to come to them to ask them for the keys. They ain't got to go out there and chase you down and run their mouth all fast. They don't do that. They don't do that. So, take that in consideration. Think about that stuff while you think you outwitting somebody. You know what I mean? Just to be talking fast don't mean you saying anything.
Critical thinking. You come down south and you see this shit, you'll think something wrong with niggas. You really will. And I understand that. But a lot of northern people that don't live down south over a time,
I know that's right. What's going on, James?
But it can become aggravating if you're new to this shit.
To the tribe.
I've been living up north for about 6 months in Chicago. I got to take a deep breath every time I come down south. I got to prepare myself. Not because people are slow, just because I know thoughts, critical thinking, not going to come as quick to my southern folk.
Your southern folk is in your southern family, nigga. Every one of my family members will outthink you. And with my family, you can't even tell we're from the Carolinas. People don't even know that I'm from the Carolinas. That's how my mom taught us that you're going to articulate yourself. You're going to be world known. You're going to speak in a way that everybody can understand. You understand what I'm saying to you? I don't know where you came from. I don't know who raised you. But don't put that on all southern people. Don't talk like that. You look like you have a liking to going up north. Keep your ass up north. Northerners are always running down here because there's too much going on up there. They age bad and everything else. Take your butt back on up there, but don't be acting like people in the South are slow, boy, please. Please. Some of your favorite musicians, artists, celebrities are from the South. You never even know. Don't do that to yourself. Don't be like this. Don't be ignorant. Don't be projecting assumptions on the people. Right? Now, I don't know where this dude's southern family's from, and maybe his family is really slow. Right? But that's not a projection to put on southern people to say that we're all slow because your family's slow. Your family's just slow, my boy. You know what I'm saying? Just call it what it is. Your family's slow, probably didn't graduate from school, probably can't read that well. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. But there is Black excellence in the South. What you talking about, man? We deeply tapped into our roots, man. This ain't no concrete jungle down here. We deeply tapped in with our ancestors. You know what I mean? We coming over here with that. You know what I mean? Don't be doing that. Don't be doing that. Y'all love to underestimate us southern dudes. Don't be doing that. I'm trying to tell you, man. Bro, you already know, man. You already know. Way better. And that's why people from the north come down here. The cost of living is cheaper. It's more peaceful. You age better. Find yourself a good woman. Ain't trying to hustle you like them chicks upstate that just been ran through and they got the gift, the gab, and they going nah. You know, we take things slower, and that's in every facet of life and everything we do in life, ladies. You know, we take things slower, but we like to do a job and get it done right. And we talk a little bit slower because we're thinking about what we're saying before we say it, and we're not just running a script through our head like you northerners like to do. By talking, let me show you. Just because you're talking real fast doesn't mean you're really saying anything. You can put a bunch of words together and then just rattle off whatever your thoughts are or whatever that you are thinking in the back of your head or whatever you heard someone else say and you're regurgitating it right now. That don't really mean nothing. Or you can slow it down and let everybody understand that you know what you're saying. You've thought about what you're saying. These are your thoughts. And it doesn't bother you if you lose your train of thought. If you got to pause, you can catch right back up wherever you were at because this is you. You're real. You know what I'm saying? And I trust people more that speak like that. I don't like all that. You are fast talking for yourself. You think that makes you look smart. And you think that using more words to get your point across makes you seem like you're intelligent. Please stop. Or even more, so let's take it a step further. You think that using bigger words makes you seem more intelligent, when an intelligent person is going to make sure that everyone can understand what they're saying. Because there's no ego involved. You want your message to get across. You don't want to come across a certain way because of the way the message sounds. Now, this is intellectual talk from a Southern man from South and North Carolina. Now, you go find somebody up north that can speak it better than me, that everybody else can understand and understand it, right? And then I'll concede. I'll say I was wrong. You might find someone to speak faster, try harder to use charisma, but then it comes off fake and inauthentic. Used car salesman like. What they call them, ambulance chasing lawyer like. When you know what you're doing, you don't have to do a lot of talking. Reputation speaks for you. You understand? Have a little bit of pride in where you're from. You bashing Southern people. I don't want to hear none of this stuff. I mean, I have worked at the highest levels of the White House. TSSCI, Yankee White. I don't think you've ever had a clearance on that level. And I'm representing Southern people. Don't do that. Don't do it no more. Anyway, guys, I appreciate y'all. You know, James, as always, appreciate you, brother. I'm gonna finish up. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I didn't finish up doing Insanity from earlier. I just started lifting weights. I got lazy. I'm gonna finish up Insanity now. You guys don't understand how much at 40 it takes to get yourself motivated to do that workout. The name alone, Insanity. And then he got something called Insanity Max 30. I can't wait to get to it. But listen, you got to go a little insane to do that. You can't just be like, oh, top of the morning, let me go ahead and do Insanity. All right. No, absolutely not. It takes a little bit, man. You know, I gotta tap into my ancestors, man. You know what I mean? The power of my bloodline. You don't understand, bro. You don't understand. Oh, but I'm gonna do it. I'm about to knock it out, and then I'm gonna go live like we did yesterday, and I might get a little jog in, and then I'm gonna get out the live, and then do my run. You guys, I feel incredible, and you know, for the ladies and gentlemen, we're in a time now where you can really take care of yourself, all the way through all ages of life. You just got to put the time into it, and when you do. I know they say you feel, you know, when you're younger, you know, all that good stuff, but there's something that comes with that wisdom of age. You don't do dumb shit. You don't waste energy. You know what I'm saying? You think things through. My dad always taught me this when I was younger. Running around, ripping and running. My dad always thought things through. He always be like, and wait a minute, son. I know you want to go ahead and run. You know, like that old analogy, you know, where the bull talking about going down the hill and getting the young bull, and then the dad said we can just, you know, walk down the hill and get them all, something like that. My dad always taught me to think things through, but I was still young, and I just, you know, when you're moving slow with everything, man, let's get this over with, you know. But like my dad, like he's a fire sign too. He's a Sagittarius. You know, I'm a Leo. My son's an Aries, and he has that fire nature about him. But like I said, the wisdom, like my dad had me at 30. So by the time I got, you know, to my dad, he wasn't like he was with my oldest sister at 20. You know what I mean? He had done calmed down. By the time I was, you know, 10 plus, he's over 40. And I got that part of his life, like my son is getting me right now. And I think that's like the best, because my oldest sister got to see the little wilder side of my dad. I ain't never to see that part, but I got to see like him, you know, peak, you know, at knowing how to, you know, pace things, think things through, analyze what's going on in front of you, and then take the best course of action that's going to be the safest for everybody involved type stuff, all the way at a young age. You know what I'm saying? So I was extremely blessed with that. But my dad's from Florida, my mom's from South Carolina, and my dad sounds more country than my mom, you know. But if you think my dad's slow, my dad, anytime, you know how I be like messing with people online and I mess with their heads on my words, I can't do that with my dad. My dad will shut me down immediately. Hey boy, don't play that mind game shit with me. I ain't playing with you. I ain't playing with you. That's all you gotta say. I don't even mean to do it. I just talk that way. And he's like, no. He catches stuff real quick. My dad is like me, but better. My dad, like, dude, just be like talking to you, and you don't think he know what's going on. Like, he even fools me, and then he can recite stuff like I don't even remember saying all that. You know, so if you wonder where I get it from, that's where I get it from. You know what I'm saying? But again, he real laid back. He don't brag about himself. But let me tell you something. My dad be inventing stuff. He always has been an inventor. He always wanted to travel the world. Um, you got to sit down and talk to that man. He'll surprise you. So don't make assumptions off of people based by their geographical location. That's goofy. Don't be a zennial do it. Don't be an older person doing it. Just treat people like you want to be treated. Don't think that somebody's stupid because of the way they speak or whatever. You have no idea what level of street smarts they have, or they might be talking to you stupid just so you'll think that they're stupid. Gotta be careful out here, man. You gotta be careful out here. People know how the world works. They know how to move. So again, this is just to the Zennials. A lot of y'all, some of y'all dads ain't in the house, and this is just a lesson that my dad taught me. Man, don't. My friend Moon, he's from Georgia, and we was in the army together, and some of those army sergeants was talking junk to him, and he was like catching them. And he said this one time, he was like, "Don't let the smooth taste fool you, man." It was a long time ago, man. It was just him saying, like, look, like, you might think you quicker to, nah. Ain't even like that. Ain't even like that. The Southern people move different. We just move different. Is that whole video? Let me see if I let it play all the way through.
And I'm born and raised down there. It's not going to come as quick down here. Come up north, it's love. And I see that in the driving. You would think people in New York and Chicago, they don't know how to drive, man. Them motherfucking city folk know how to drive their ass off. As long as you driving fast, shit, you on there. Ain't seen no accidents, but that's because it's so much traffic. You have to be critical. You can't just drive for yourself. You come down south, accidents left and right. Atlanta think they on something, but
exactly.
Them niggas in Atlanta just a bunch of country niggas with money. They ain't no shit. That's a conversation for another day.
Ain't no conversation for shit, nigga. You just showed your hand. You got like some kind of problem with people from the South. You just showed your hand. You just got emotional at the end and you showed your hand. When you talking about some Atlanta dude done hustled you. You know what I'm saying? He showed his hand at the end. You see how he was talking junk about dudes from Atlanta? They from the South. He ain't saying not one negative thing about nobody from up north. So again, watch who you listening to, and don't be a fool like this young man right here. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be a fool like this, man. He obviously got an infatuation with some like up north culture or whatever. And maybe he from somewhere like he's ashamed of in the South. I don't know. I don't know. He didn't even mention it. I'm gonna let you know I'm from the Carolinas. Ain't no shame there. I'm gonna let you know. You know what I'm saying? So, again, just breaking it up, giving y'all something a little bit different before I get back to the usual, reaction videos and then the nightly vlogs or whatever. I do plan on hitting the gym tonight. Last night they weren't playing music in the gym. So if they're not playing music, we're gonna go in the gym tonight. We're gonna do some sets. I know the ladies out there like hearing old school gym workout type stuff. You know what I mean? The weights clanking together, it's steel hitting steel type stuff. We're going to get back into that, getting things back to the old way. Not no like, IG little highlights of a workout, get a little pump, then pose. No. We're going to give it straight 10, 15, 20 minutes, hard workout if the music's not playing. Just to motivate. This is not to bring up competition. I know a lot of you weaker males see it as a competitive challenge. No, dumbass. No, this is inspirational. Okay? I know your daddy wasn't around to let you know that whenever you feel something like a challenge or feel challenged by another man, that don't mean you need to take it. It just means that man is inspiring you. You just don't know how to handle it. Right? You're just some alpha goofy that you see everything as a challenge to you directly when they ain't got nothing to do with you. Stop doing that shit. That's why you people watch me, you study me, and you compete with me, but you never reach out to me. Because I'm gonna see through your shit. I'm gonna probably be able to tell you're one of the people that are out there secretly competing with me. I will. I won't say nothing if you reach out, because at least you got a little bit of sense. But I ain't got no respect for y'all competing with me in private, man. That's weird. it just shows me a lot of y'all didn't have a father around. And I feel bad for you because I had a brother, a father, 2 older sisters. My mom was there, had good cousins, aunts, and uncles. My grandparents were around. You know what I mean? I had like a great family structure. So when it was time for competition, we knew what it was and everybody acknowledged it. And when it was time to be inspired by other people, that's what we do. But y'all so broken and you don't know nothing about that. So every time you see a dude that should be inspiring you or motivating you, you see as a challenge and go into a secret competition. And now you've taken the blessing from God and you've bastardized, you done made it something wicked. It's wicked. You're ashamed of it. That's why you can't be like, hey, bro, you inspire me to hit the gym, bro. I've been hitting the gym. I got some major gains. And you can't tell me that because, you're motivating yourself by using me in a weird ass way. And a lot of you dudes don't get called out for that kind of stuff, but you need to be called out for it. You got to remember, I was a sergeant in the Army. It's my job to be able to read people. And in the Army, we're not just your boss. You understand? Like, we have to know our soldiers' private lives. Anything that go down, they got to go to court or whatever. We got to be there too. So, and I'm not no paper sergeant either. There's a lot of people online claiming they was in the military. 2 years in Iraq. First time in a tanker unit, meaning tanks. Second time in an infantry cavalry scout unit. You know what I'm saying? Our motto was shoot them in the face. Please stop just mentioning your military background on panels and podcasts to assert authority. You didn't do shit in the military. Half you niggas was probably S1. You want to know what S1 is? That's HR. They handle paperwork. Okay? A lot of these niggas was like handling paperwork in the military. They weren't really doing nothing. Definitely didn't deploy and get nothing. So I don't have respect for all military service members that are content creators. Because some of you people just be like, I don't like how y'all use it. I was in the military. What did you do? What did you do? You can say that to civilians, but I was in it, in the trenches, burning shit in Iraq. What did you do? In JP8, what did you do? Huh? Getting mortared every night. What did you do? Tired of y'all, boy. You can always tell them couch military people. You can always tell. They soft looking. They speak soft. Just like somebody in S1 would be speaking to you while, you're getting Article 15 or, you're getting your promotion orders. You know how them S1 guys walk around, suits always creased up and stuff. They don't never go nowhere. They don't do nothing. They'll never leave the office. They're paperwork guys. And what an S1 is, they take guys from the unit, whether you are, staff, you went to school for staff, or even if you were just like a tanker, you could be in a tanker unit and be a tanker, and they will take some of those tankers and put them in S1, and you'll be doing paperwork, and you will have nothing to do with the tank. See, I was in the military. You can't just say you was in the military and then everybody assumed you was out there dodging bullets and you wasn't doing shit. I want to know if you're not letting people know that you was deployed and what you was doing while you were deployed, you probably was pushing papers. And so someone I'm telling you, bro, like they don't like me for a lot of different reasons. A lot of people are fake and they barely did anything, but I was in the trenches. They know, I mean, my background, 2 years in Iraq. Rest of the time training to go to Iraq. Combat arms units. Wasn't in no damn support unit. A lot of these guys were in support units and stuff. Combat arms, man. Whole different. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I just, yeah. People be wanting to give this interpretation that they're certified based off of just resume. Oh, I was in the military. What did you do in the military? What rank did you get to? How many people were you in charge of? You know what I'm saying? What assignments or tasks did you get done in the military? What mark did you leave? Like, I worked for the White House. I had soldiers underneath me at the White House. You know what I'm saying? I got all kind of stuff to back up what I'm saying about being a leader on a certain type of level. A lot of y'all really barely scratched the surface of leadership, and now you're online faking it. Again, I'm not going to go into that. That's a whole nother diatribe, bro. I don't want to waste a video on this. I want to do that by itself. Yeah, they don't really be. A lot of these people be underestimating me. Oh, we just some Carolina dude. Yeah, you in North Carolina too. Salute to my North Carolinians, South Carolinians. You know what I'm saying? And even if you're not from there, you live in there, you part of the culture now. You're one of us now. You know what I mean? You're a cousin, regardless of where you came from. You know what I mean? That's how we rock. They do this so much, man. You young guys, y'all can make the change. Some of these old niggas, like my age and up, they're not going to change, bro. I'm online saying stuff all the time that should have them changing. They're not going to. I'm seeing these same content creators doing the same thing. They're not even speaking in a way like what I said resonated with them. So the women do. Like some of the women, I say stuff, they disappear offline for like 1 or 2 days. I could tell it resonated with them. You know, women listen to strong men, but weak males, they fear strong men. So they want to make themselves feel strong, you know, stronger. And it don't matter what they present themselves as online. Like when you really like that, and I'm not talking about tough guy stuff, I'm talking about like real guy stuff, not tough guy stuff, you know, because y'all are conflating that on like real guy stuff. You know what I mean? Like a real guy, he avoids problems, but if he has to get what he has to get done, he does what he has to do. Like a real man ain't gonna be bullied. You know, we don't start nothing, but I'm gonna let it be known. I see what's going on around me. You better back away and chill out. And then whatever you say about, you know, whatever I have to say, I don't care. You ain't gonna come to my face and say nothing. You ain't gonna like, you know, so I ain't, you know, so a real guy just puts out whatever's done. Ain't no fake tough guy stuff. And that's just the way that I can just see a lot of faking it. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? But you guys gotta just like slow down a little bit. You know, we need to be, you know, teaching people to be better than that, especially since most of y'all really aren't about that. Yeah, y'all are content creators. Like stick to making content. You're not warriors. You're not soldiers, right? If you were, you would have signed up for the army at 18. A lot of y'all around my age, you could have had a little taste of war. If you was really about that life like I am, and I signed up at 16, right? You could have got a little taste of it if you wanted to. You got to have it in you, right? Oh, you're stupid. That's why you, man. Some of us got that warrior spirit from our ancestors still in us. I don't know street fight type stupid ass shit. No. I'm going to go defend my country by any means necessary. I'm responsible for all of them. You know, real warrior type shit. It's still in the bloodline. Can't help it. Can't help it. So I can't be faked. You know, I can't know fake ass people like talking about what they tough guy stuff now. Man, you had a good opportunity to show what kind of tough person you was when you had to sign up for selective service. And a lot of you Negroes could have went ahead and served your country, but instead, you know, you chose to just get a job. You chose to just take away from the country. So I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Ain't no such thing as a tough guy if you ain't at least serve in the military, like, or do something, you know, firefighter, something greater than you, Coast Guard. I mean, some athletes, you know, because they have to dedicate themselves and stick to their training and miss out on a lot of years of fun. But if you didn't do none of that stuff, like, and you ended up on the internet, you can say anything, right? But anyway, y'all, appreciate y'all. Smash the like button. Almost 30 minutes. Close enough. Close enough. Absolutely, fam. Absolutely. And remember, gentlemen, Black men, there is no such thing as community. Community is what you build. And the women that want to build with you can be any race. And also, you know, definitely Black women, but they got to come to you hat in hand, speaking like they have some sense. Otherwise, fuck them. Fuck them. Let them burn. Let them cry. Let them whine. Let them complain. You don't owe them shit. Fuck them. To my tribe, love and light, you know what I'm saying? You guys stay strong. Keep doing whatever you're doing. Working, building, staying focused. Don't get distracted. You got to understand a lot of these women out here, you know, they're practicing supremacy. So just seeing you doing good and being happy makes them mad. And they're like, I don't know what that is. It's called hate, nigga. It's called hate for no reason. I do not see black women enjoying nature and singing and whatnot and be like, I gotta do something about that bitch. I can't stand that shit. I know she got something else to be doing. I know she. Why ain't she married to a black man? Oh Lord, I gotta cause chaos. We don't move like that. We don't move. We want you happy. We know in general, the more that women are happy, the less y'all bothering us. Any kind of woman. Any kind of woman. We want y'all happy. That's all men do in society is making it. Less y'all nagging, the less stressed men overall are. Damn it, never good enough. Never good enough. All right, y'all, I'm out of here. Be back in a little bit.
In this game, you gotta have that dog in you.
Made in America.